So, what makes me qualified to teach a class regarding adolescent guidance? This is an interesting question because I feel like I would have been more prepared to teach this class's content probably 10 or so years ago. And that comes directly from my experiences working both at Meadow Lake Hospital and also as the juvenile drug court treatment provider. And those were the years from about 2000 to 2004. And that being said, I know that the technology that we're all submersed in day to day has changed the world and the development trajectory of adolescents and even younger children for the past several years. So I know the world is much, much different than it was in 2004. That being said, I did supervise the juvenile drug court then, not providing direct services, but did supervise the juvenile drug court at Youth and Family Services from 2008 to 2016. And so I did notice some trends. It wasn't, like I said, a face-to-face interaction with the adolescents, but it was a perspective where I could kind of look in and notice how things were changing. And with all the information at our fingertips, both through our smartphones, through all the technology that we have, young people are exposed to much, much more at a younger age, increasingly younger ages. So I do know that that's impacting development. However, there are certain things that are universal. And so I'll try to impress those upon you as we move along. I come from a cognitive background, a cognitive understanding of adolescence. This is the time when we begin to enter the formal operational stage. If you're a Piagetian, it's where you can begin to think abstractly, think logically, become more nuanced in your ability to make decisions. It is fraught with very very measured difficulties in controlling impulses, emotional impulses, behavioral responses. We do see a very marked inability, and I think that the neuroscience has actually helped us understand that adolescents are not fully wired, and parts of the brain are not fully developed, and this makes impulse control exceedingly difficult. Although a person may look pretty mature in physical form, what's inside here, what's being wired, what's developing, is not necessarily all online. So I want to make sure that folks understand that as we move forward. There are three I's that will always be a part of adolescence, being independence. How much can a teen separate themselves from their family of origin, from their roots? Who are they? So we have independence. Identity, coming straight out of independence. Who are they in relation to others, in relation to the world? That's something that each person goes through in trying to understand who they are. And so after those two I's, mnemonic device there from back, independence and identity, moving directly into intimacy. And so then we try to understand who we are and how we relate to others. And so those three struggles of adolescence really help us to get kind of a meta framework to understand adolescence and to hopefully guide us in our logic and our thinking when we're interacting with adolescents, because those three things are very important, regardless of early adolescence, middle adolescence, late adolescence. Those three concepts remain constant throughout: independence, identity, and intimacy. So hopefully that will help folks understand on a conceptual level.